Good evening, Dean Davison, liveweatherblogs.com. Lots to go into tonight. This is going to be overnight outlook. We're going to place this in already created blog now because we have a lot going on. We have Washington, D.C., we have Roanoke, we have Charlottesville, Lynchburg, down through the Triad, down to South Carolina, down to northern Georgia, and parts of Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia. These areas are in tornado watches, and they're in the best threat area now for tornadoes, as we have that historical Category 3 like low just cranking up. And the problem there is we have that cold front sitting in this area, and we have a low-level jet kicking in around Roanoke. Recordings that I've been taking over the last 2 hours. Winds are sustained around 20, 23 miles an hour, and the gusts are up near 40, 45. And this is from the south and the south-southwest, which is showing this low-level jet definitely kicking into this whole situation. And when you get the storms coming in from the west, you can definitely get in the area. Why we have the risk for tornadoes, because of rotation in the Roanoke Valley, and a little bit weaker up, believe it or not, up in the Philadelphia area. Still can't rule them out from having some severe weather tonight, but the biggest threat's going to be Roanoke, Charlottesville, Triad, and down to the south for tornadoes. Here's the Roanoke one. The problem here we have these cells, these popping up ahead of this line, sitting here. They're having tornado warnings go off. We're also getting tornado warnings going off on the line. We're getting those isolated low top supercells actually inside of these lines, and it's when they rotate and they cause tornadoes. But the ones that are ahead are more supercellular, and we've already had one tornado, and the current tornado warning is for the same place we had a confirmed tornado earlier. So this is not a good night if you're in the area, and wind damage is going to be likely for the whole area down here, Roanoke Valley. So, I do the Roanoke Valley, and I have to bring this to you without a grain of salt, saying that this is going to be a pretty bad situation where there's a moderate risk of tornadoes, a low risk of EF2 tornadoes plus, but they can happen. Moderate severe wind and moderate 65 knot plus winds, and that's because of the low pressure system that's so went into bombogenesis and bombed out that it's as strong as a Category 3 hurricane. That wind is going to any winds that transport to the surface are going to be extreme. Winds are changing in height. That's going to give you a tornado threat, but you do see how high the winds are at a higher level. That gets pushed down to the ground. That's going to be an issue. And the Cape is sitting somewhere around the 1400 range, a little bit lower than further south, but the helicity is definitely an issue with this. Here's the reports. You can see tornadoes intermixed, but a lot of wind reports, and that continue as it goes to the east to fill up. I'm positive of that this evening. In the Roanoke area, satellite radar picture here, you can see we have storms actually moving in from the south and west here towards the Roanoke Valley. We have the big line sitting out here in West Virginia, and you see little 1s and 2s. This is per WDBJ7 in Roanoke. It's the radar source. And these little things mean rotation, not a whole lot of rotation. It goes from 1 to 5, and then it would get into this intense rotation scale, and it would have the tornado vortex signature stuff pop up. But just to let you know, there's storm level rotation in these storms, and it will continue that way through the evening. Here's Mid-Atlantic view for you. Here's where your wind is going to come from. You got tornado warnings here in the areas out west of the Triad, north of the Charlotte area, and we keep revisiting the same tornado warnings over and over. Severe thunderstorm warnings back along the line, and like I said, this just start filling in severe thunderstorm wise, and there's still a lot of storm potential in this area. And you see some of these cells are coming up towards the Roanoke Valley, and probably will be there in the next hour or so. And you have to watch these leading edge of storms for tornadic probabilities a little bit more than even the line. So keep an eye on it here at liveweatherblocks.com. I'm going to go into the forecast for the Roanoke and Triad region, and we probably will update this at some point tonight as the storms get closer. So, being an overnight outlook, you're going to see probably another video come out after this. The Roanoke Valley, 63, thunderstorms likely, severe, high winds and tornadoes possible overnight. Showers likely in the morning, especially on Wednesday, 73, 56 on Wednesday night, sunny, beautiful on Thursday, 71, 60, beautiful, a little more chilly on Friday, 38 overnight Friday night, 64 Saturday, 44. So, tornado watch is in effect. We'll go into the triad when I put a new blog together a little bit later. Dean Davison, liveweatherblogs.com, staying with you throughout this tornado watch. Have a great evening.